A human hug.
No. For technology that moves you forward, trust Lenovo and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo Client.
Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is ONN.
School districts in the Columbus area are dealing with COVID-19 cases by the hundreds. Krista Frost with affiliate station WBNS-TV in Columbus has a few examples.
Let's start with Columbus City Schools. So there are 122 positive cases among the students, more than 1,500 students quarantined in that district. Now in Gahanna, we're talking 37 students with positive COVID cases, more than 600 students quarantined, and in Westerville, 45 positive student cases with nearly 700 students quarantined. Krista Frost in Hilliard.
In south central Ohio, a hospital in Chillicothe is being severely impacted by the virus. Karina Nova reports.
As of today, Adena Health System is rescheduling its elective surgical procedures to a later date. That's for those surgeries who require an overnight stay. And they say this is an abundance of caution because of an increase of COVID-19 hospitalizations. As we've reported this week, ICUs in some hospitals are full. According to the Ohio Hospital Association, 1 in 4 patients in the ICU have COVID. I'm Karina Nova.
And Columbus City leaders say the first citations have been issued in connection with the citywide mask mandate signed into law by Mayor Andrew Ginther last Friday. 8 complaints have been filed, most of those against big box stores. Penalties range from a written letter for a first offense to a $1,000 fine for third offenses and beyond. I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it. For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hello, I'm Chuck Reddick, Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. We're working hard to get ready for tax filing season. You know who else is working hard? Identity thieves. Keep your computers and your mobile phones secure. Use antivirus software and strong passwords. Look out for email scams. Secure your home Wi-Fi with a password. Stay safe when you shop online. Look for HTTPS in the web address. See irs.gov for details.
Toyotas are known for reliability, value, and our large selection of all-wheel drive vehicles for those unexpected weather conditions, like a gas model RAV4, right now with $500 cash back, or a 22 Corolla with $500 cash back, or go with a stylish Camry with up to $1,250 total cash allowance. Visit buyatoyota.com and find a dealer near you. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers may vary for hybrid models. See your dealer for details. Offers end October 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Wednesday, mostly cloudy with showers and storms. Could be severe at times. A daytime high of 75. Overnight low of 60 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Clouds breaking for sunshine for your Thursday with highs in the lower 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors. It's now time for Winging It with Sonia and Liv.
I was feeling the blues. I was watching the news when this fella came on TV. He said, I'm telling you that science has proved that heartaches are healed by the sea.
Well, Lola, you're making me feel like I need a margarita right now.
I am wishing I still were drinking them, let me tell you.
I bet. Welcome back, Lola. We missed you. Yeah, we missed you very much, Lola.
Well,
you're irreplaceable, but we do thank Wayne for his kind-heartedness.
Yes, absolutely. You deserve a raise.
Well, it's Wednesday.
Thank you.
I know.
Guess what? It's raining tonight.
I know. Isn't that not crazy? It's a consistent Wednesday, Water Wednesday. Not Waterfront Wednesday, Water Wednesday.
Water Wednesday. And it's coming right around 5:30 like it normally does.
Yeah.
But it's already showing its evil eyes. You know, it's all gray and yucky. So we planned a show today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did it yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We did. Everybody, it's only been 2
Lola.
years, and we don't do this often, but we are ready to entertain today because we've got some really good things to talk about. coming up. We're going to have Jay and Jean with the Friends of Wheeling to discuss the Greenwood Cemetery Tour, and we'll introduce all of them once we come back from the break. And then we have Anne Marie with the Lip Sync Challenge and the Special Wish Foundation coming in for the second part of the show. So events, still happening, right?
I know, we're excited. At the Capitol Theater, this week's Cirque Dreams Holidays went on sale. You can call 304-233-7000, or you can visit www.capitoltheaterwheeling.com.
We did talk about last week the Wheeling Jamboree show. Unfortunately, that has been canceled.
Yeah, it's been postponed to
right.
April 2nd of 2022.
Okay, good. Because there were some people that was really starting to get excited about that.
Yeah, but
Classic country.
We still have the PBR October 8th and 9th. We have Hotel California October 15th, and then October 30th at the arena we have the OVAC Junior High Championships. In the evening we have the West Virginia Cheering Championships, and then at the Capitol Theater we have Rock and Roll Doo-Wop Volume 19
and Trace Atkins.
Trace Atkins.
Yeah, he's in there as well. So it's still looking good, right? This weekend, I'm going to do a little shameless plug for Hangover Barbecue, because it's not only the best barbecue in town, but they are having a fun event starting at 4 o'clock, and they have the train jumpers. It's going to be there at 6 o'clock, so come out and enjoy some brews, brew, and barbecue right there at GCMP. So that'll be a great time as well.
Yeah, anything that's, get together, a little mini festival and stuff like that. Also this Friday at Center Market.
Yeah, it's their concert series.
Their concert series.
I wanted to take a look and see who was playing. Let me see, and that way we can announce
ask before I left.
I know. I just looked at it too.
And they're going to start decorating for fall next week at Center Market. Anytime you start decorating for fall and Christmas,
You're all in.
It's a holiday to me.
Did you decorate it all for fall yet?
Absolutely.
Me
September
too.
1st.
Good.
Yes, I'm ready to go. You wake up and it is fall at my house.
Yeah,
September
wait
30th,
till-
you'll wake up and it's Halloween.
What is it, Labor Day? The day after Labor Day, because I have those flags that I put on my porch all summer. And
Yeah.
so as soon as we wrap up like that Sunday picnic, wake up on Labor Day and boom.
Yeah.
Fall. My flowers look too good to cut them back though. I just started adding mums in.
That's nice.
Yeah, and all
And-
my ferns are still doing good, so.
Yeah, and Halloween night, you wake up the next day and it's Christmas at my house.
Oh, big announcement, everybody. City of Wheeling is doing trick or treat on Sunday, October 31st. You hear it first.
Yes. Do you know the time?
I'm sure it's going to be from 6 to 7, like normal.
Okay. I wish they'd go like 2 hours.
Oh, no.
I enjoy giving out candy. Not a lot of people do. Everyone's like, that should be a half hour. And I'm like, I feel like it should be all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really expensive.
Yeah,
Cost of candy is outrageous.
The Highland Sports Complex just announced on October 21st, they are doing
They're doing
a trunk or treat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was 6 to 7 p.m., if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like you're correct.
And they are looking for businesses to set up trunks.
People, yeah, you can have a business, you can be an individual. They're just looking for people to come up there. They have a couple camps and stuff going on at that time too, and it'll be open to the public. Is there a charge or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think so yet. So that'll be fun. There's a lot of spooky things that'll be going on. Boo at the Zoo will be starting soon. I mean, I can't believe Ogilvy Fest is right around the corner too.
It is 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Like literally 2 weeks, guys.
Today is 100 days till Christmas Eve, so there's that.
Come on.
I know. I know. Everybody's like, "Oh, dear Lord."
I know.
So,
I'm
but
already- yeah.
you're already like ready.
My
right?
head's spinning on anything that I could find this year to do differently.
Are you going to do those paper snowflakes again?
I will, yes.
Yeah, those
I'm
are
not going to
pretty.
lie to you guys. I haven't taken them down from last year yet.
Yeah, those look so good though. They do
Yeah,
look like a
they're
primitive
hanging on my
style.
curtain rods in my
Yeah.
living room, dining room, and it's actually kind of comical because Lexus is like, "Are you going to take those down?" I was like, "We're almost ready now."
But they're not snowflakey. They literally
No, they're
look
not.
like those primitive like stars.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. So I
It's
think it
actually
would work.
hilarious.
And the fact they're made with like lunch bags is hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay's probably like, "Sonia?" And I'm like, "No, Jay, I promise."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like interior design goddess here.
Yes, I love decorating.
Yeah. So should we go over any more events before we go to the first break, or are we going to just be jumbly?
No,
Because
let's go
there's
to our
not
first
one.
break and then we'll come back with Jay.
Absolutely. That sound good, Lola?
Absolutely.
As
Alrighty.
always, support the sponsors that support the station. You're listening to The Watchdog.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kirchville. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock for Talk Line. We'll talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia top political figures, sports personalities, sometimes just plain folks offering their opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard
Washington County's largest gun show is back on Saturday and Sunday, September 25th and 26th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Admission is only $7. Kids under 12 get in free with an adult. Everyone is welcome. They offer free appraisals and have great prices on all types of firearms, modern, military, and antique. They have over 450 tables, and the food's pretty good too. They have all these tables with cash buyers on site for your used guns. Visit arhsportshop.com, or you can give them a call, 724-948-3571. That's 724-948-3571 for more information. That's the Washington County Gun Show, presented by ARH Sports Shop, September 25th and 26th.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to
This guy knows so much about sports. They based the Sports Almanac from Back to the Future off of his dream journal. He's Bill DeFabio, weekdays noon to 2, on the Valley's only network dedicated to live and local talk radio, The Watchdog. For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Dutch Boy's new Platinum Plus paint with Stain Shield technology has the performance you expect from a luxury paint at a price you didn't. Platinum Plus is up to 50% more washable and stain resistant than a leading premium paint in satin sheen. Superiority ranges from 24 to 50% depending on sheen selected. Platinum Plus keeps your walls looking new longer. Menards and Dutch Boy Paint have you covered. Go ahead, live your life.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Savings or a mail-in rebate. See store for details.
Welcome back to Winging It with Sonia and Liv.
Well, hello, we're back.
Yes. And I think that we have a real fun guest on because Wheeling's known for its history, right?
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't take advantage of some of these really great events that's put on by a group called the Friends of Wheeling. And we've got, well, one of my favorite people in studio, Jay, Vice President of the Friends of Wheeling. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have some ladies on the phone, too. Can you guys hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Jean is here. Jean Finstein and Judy Hendrickson.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Can you hear us okay?
We can hear you, and it sounds pretty good. We were worried about the echo, but I think we'll be okay. I feel like I'm talking louder because I feel like they can't hear me in the car.
They can hear you.
I can definitely hear you.
Yes, I'm yelling.
It's okay.
But you guys have a great event, a tour coming up this weekend. It's a little different type of tour, correct? Because it's at the cemetery. Jay, tell us about it.
Right. Well, it's an event that we hold every other year, or we're getting some ambient noise we're going to fix right now. And then I'll...
Jean and Judy, you guys might have to call back in. It's turning into a wind tunnel.
Okay, we'll hang up and call you back.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Oh,
go ahead.
That's
much better.
Much better,
What?
yes.
Much better.
I can actually hear myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Friends of Wheeling do these cemetery tours like every other year generally.
Mm-hmm.
The last tour we gave was in 2019, and it was the first time we'd ever done a tour of the Stone Church Cemetery
Mhm.
in Elm Grove. And there's some very interesting historical figures who are there.
Mhm.
And that's the point. That's what we do at Greenwood. Greenwood is generally more flat.
Mhm.
It's got a lot of shade.
Mhm.
So it's a pretty ideal setting to call out the people who are interred there for whatever contributions they have made to Wheeling and its development. And also just some interesting characters who may have had a sad story or a particularly joyous life experience. And so it's a mix of all of those kinds of profiles.
Mhm.
So our dear friend Gail Fincham, who runs Stage's costume shop right across the way here on Main Street,
Yeah, it's awesome.
provides us with costumes in the correct period style for whatever character is being portrayed by our volunteers. And this year we have 14 different people telling their stories about their life or their accomplishments or their family or all of the above.
Is there like a theme of how you guys pick who's going to tell the story that day? Like, do they all somehow intertwine and you learn about that story as you go, or is it?
Occasionally, a couple of the characters might overlap. Sometimes it's not a character with the story, it's a relative. We do that sometimes because once in a while you run into a situation where the closest relative of the person you're trying to tell the story about is the only member of the family buried there.
Yeah.
So you have to do a workaround.
Mhm.
Jean is quite expert at choosing characters who are interesting, and that's really what the driver is.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
I mean, that cemetery alone is probably one of the prettiest cemeteries. I mean,
yes.
It is.
I find myself just walking through it just to look. I mean, the beautiful monuments and everything. It's,
yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people walk there for exercise.
Yes, very much so. I see people in there all the time.
Because it's got just enough terrain up and down that it's a good walk. And it is beautiful. And it's always interesting to see the stone sculpture work of the monuments. And it's, yeah, you're right. And that cemetery opened right after the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And it was part of the planning for cemeteries in that era was to make them like parks so people would want to go and visit them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Greenwood really represents that very well.
I do too. I mean, it is so beautiful. And like I was, when my husband and I first started dating, it was so weird. He was like, let's go to the Greenwood Cemetery. And I'm like, okay. Because we're in, where my mama and everybody was buried, we used to go over there just to place flowers or, Christmas wreaths or whatever and just visit and say hello. He wanted to just go to walk through the cemetery.
Yeah.
It's like, you will really enjoy it. And just to see the monasteries, is that what they're called? Or the
Mausoleum.
Mausoleums.
Yeah.
Let's write that down. But how beautiful they were. And they were made by the families. And those are, very impressive in terms of a financial commitment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they're very costly.
Yes, and that's just what everybody did.
Yep.
My grandparents are actually buried there, but on the far side.
Yeah.
Not in the more historic side, I should say.
Yeah, I think that probably most people listening have relatives there. So if you've never done this before, let me just talk a little bit about how it works.
Yes.
It starts at 1 o'clock this Sunday, the 19th. The last tour starts at 4:30. They're staggered. There'll be guides there. And there are 2 tours. There are 8 characters on Tour A and 6 on Tour B. And they will tell their stories in probably about less than 10 minutes. And so then you move on to the next character, and the guides will tell you, basically take you by the hand to the next stop. And It's a long day for the presenters. I'm one of them, and I've done it before.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your character when you finish up
Sure.
talking about the logistics?
Sure.
How about parking? That's always a question
Well,
people want to
we have off-site parking at Wheeling Park,
Okay.
and we have vehicles that will bring people to the cemetery and take them back to the
Oh,
parking
that's
area.
nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Real easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Route 40 gets kind of crazy.
It
you know, to
can.
cross.
It can.
Yeah.
And you will be probably quite surprised, as I think the listeners will be, if they've not done one of the tours before. We get upwards of 400 and 500 people
Yeah.
attending.
I can believe it. And it's people call the CVB sometimes. It's like just
Wanting to
stumbled
know.
upon it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not locals, but they've stumbled upon it and they're like, you know what, we live in Bridgeport, but we heard,
Yeah.
and they want to know when it is.
Yeah.
So
And
kudos to you all.
I think that the weather's going to be perfect for it. It's going to be in the low to mid 80s and
Yes.
no chance of rain, so it's absolutely perfect. Which, when you're wearing a wool coat, is a nice thing to
Right.
know before you start. Anyway,
Or petticoat or whatever.
all layers of whatever.
Yes.
Is about right. So my character is a fellow named Louis Baker, and he was the publisher of the Wheeling Register.
Okay.
Now, if you've ever taken a close look at the front page of the News Register,
Mhm.
it says News-Register.
Yes, it does.
The reason it says that is because it's the result of the merger of the Wheeling Register with the Wheeling News.
Nice.
Okay, so back in the Civil War era, the Wheeling Register was a separate newspaper. And Mr. Baker was the publisher, as I mentioned, and he ended up getting thrown in jail for 7 months, along with his business partner, because they wrote editorials in the paper that appeared to be anti-union, but really he was going after a particular general whose name was William Hand, who was conducting these skirmishes and raids in the Shenandoah Valley, burning people's farms and just kind of being obnoxious. And he thought this was not appropriate because they weren't the enemy. It
Right.
wasn't combat, it was really harassment.
It sounds like he was just after people who have.
Yeah,
that's who they
it was,
are.
it
Yeah,
was
personal.
harassment.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who basically stole the statue of George Washington from Virginia Military Academy and brought it to Wheeling. And it was here for quite a long time before being repatriated, if you will, back to VMI. So, yeah, he's...
Figured you'd be playing somebody that speaks your mind, right?
Well, that's what Gene said, so
Yeah.
there you go.
It works hand in hand.
Right.
And Gene, I think we can hear you guys a lot better. You're portraying someone as well. Who is your character this year?
Yes, I will be May Hornbrook.
Okay.
And I was a suffragist, so I was very involved in getting women the right to vote. And came from a family of Hornbrooks that are well known in Wheeling. My great-grandfather was Jacob Hornbrook, who was one of the men who was too old to serve in the military, but he traveled all around, mostly to the east and in the Shenandoah Valley, to take supplies from families to soldiers in the field, Wheeling soldiers or area soldiers, and also brought back their pay so that their families could survive while they were gone. So that was my great-grandfather. My great-uncle was Thomas Hornbrook, and Thomas and his wife Tryphena had a country home that is now Wheeling Park. They also had a house in the city. So a good bit of money in the family there. And Judy is here with me. She can describe the character she's going to portray. The advantage of May Hornbrook is that being in the 1920s, Gail was able to make me a beautiful dress, and so I'm really looking forward to wearing that dress in the tour.
Oh, good. Bougie, huh?
And they always give me someone that's a little controversial or crazy.
Okay.
Or has done something awful. But this year I'm not that person. I am Grace Shank, and I was married to John Shank, and the Shanks own one of the largest meatpacking companies. So, but my husband, also the first WWVA broadcast was from my home, which is called Uplands. It's now Altenheim. and that was in 1927. But my husband's ex-wife, Laura Farnsworth Shank, tried to poison my husband, John, and almost succeeded. And there was a big trial, and it was known as far as New York City. It was in all the papers, and it was really quite something. So I get to tell the story not only about myself, but about my husband's ex-wife.
Oh,
And
we all
so
have a
I-
story about our husband's ex-wife. I'm just joking. My husband's never been married before, but I just
Oh,
thought
my
that was
gosh.
a good play on words there.
And it's a very interesting discussion. And I only had to go to my closet to get my clothes because I have all these crazy outfits.
Oh, good. I like you at that, actually. We should be friends.
We might visit your closet one day.
Yeah. My mom always used to joke and say, everybody always calls me on Halloween wanting to borrow something. It was true.
Did Jay talk to you yet about how people are to come to the tour?
Yes, we covered that briefly and how there would be parking and transportation via shuttles to and from, and kind of the logistics of the tour. And I can tell you, I anticipate a good turnout this year. I mean, with the weather, this is a really cool lineup. There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of great people here in Wheeling that's volunteering their time that day. Frank O'Brien.
Yep.
He's playing William Weiss, right? Is that how you say it?
Yep, William
That's right.
Weiss. That's
William
right.
Weiss, yes. And then we have, our own vice mayor, Chad Thalman.
Whose dreams of being a mayor one day.
You guys are really, this is like one of them dreams of a century for him. He's going to be the Wheeling mayor at that time, correct? A 9-term mayor. I mean,
Yes.
is that a long time?
He'll be,
Yeah.
yes, he'll be Andrew J. Sweeney. Yes.
Yes,
and,
Andrew J. Sweeney.
and Sweeney was the mayor during most of the Civil War, and he defied the governor of the state, who was a Southern supporter, and did not turn over the custom house and post office to the governor, to the governor's control, because he said, hey, I'm holding this for President Abraham Lincoln, whose property it is.
Wow.
Dr. Jim Commercy, he has quite a story to tell too, doesn't he, Jean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this sounds like scandal, and I love it all.
Yeah, and we generally do have a good turnout, depending on the weather and so forth. Probably our biggest turnout was the year when we had Big Bill Lyeth as one of the characters.
Yes.
And we estimated that we had 600 people that afternoon.
Yeah.
Was that for the Wheeling 250 and you no?
No, it was
Wait.
in 17.
Okay, because I remember Bill Lyeth was part of maybe the pop-up history tours too down at Center
Yes,
Market.
that's what you're
that
thinking.
year.
Yeah.
And then we have our favorite Susie Nelson, and she's going to be Annie Reeves, daughter of Dr. James Reeves.
Right.
It looks like first public health officer in Wheeling and cousin of the founder of Mother's Day.
James Reeves' sister was the mother
Okay.
for whom Mother's Day was founded. Yes, Susie's character was a Wheeling school teacher. She taught school for 50 years, never married. So Susie's upset because she has to wear the old maid school teacher outfit.
Aw, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. She's telling a good story. We've got Ron Scott, Greg Smith, lots of Hal Gorby, lots of people that's been very dedicated to not only like things like this, but preserving Wheeling's history and also sharing it, right?
Yep.
Now, also that day, because Friends of Wheeling doesn't just do a cemetery tour once a year. You guys are very active within the community at all times. Jay, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think most people realize that we're a historic preservation organization, largely to preserve and protect and advocate for the restoration of historic properties in Wheeling. Some years ago now, I think 6 or 7 years ago, we established a loan guarantee program where we provide the guarantee for collateral for loans for people doing rehabilitation work on commercial or residential properties in the city limits. And that fund has grown to be over $400,000.
That's amazing.
And we don't lend the money.
Right.
The bank lends the money, but we guarantee the loan so people get prime interest rates.
Yeah.
And it saves a large amount of interest payments for people, and it's a helpful incentive
And
along with the
sometimes these
historic tax
homes,
credit.
you're not going to have that incentive or not the equity involved anyways.
So we kind of came to that because we do regular monthly tours of properties, very
Mhm.
often before and after tours of properties that are going to be rehabbed.
Mhm.
And they're popular, and we're going to have membership information at the tour on Sunday.
Great.
So if people want to join, it's $10 for the year.
Mhm.
And you get a member card, and you get a newsletter every month telling you what we're doing and what's going on and what you can participate in.
And you guys have gone virtual too, in case you
Yep,
can't come to
that's-
one of the tours.
That's right. We're kind of a hybrid right now, I
Mhm.
believe, with, in person more feasible.
Right.
We like people to have masks,
Mhm.
which seems to be sort of
Right,
rule of the day.
Right, exactly.
And
I will, let me jump in here, Jay, while you're talking about the virtual tours. These most have been saved on the Friends of Wheeling Facebook page.
Right.
So if people have missed a tour of a particular building they're interested in, they can still go in and scroll down a bit. And we've had more than 2,000 people view some of our virtual tours.
Right, and that's a big, out of a difficult situation, there's some upside. 'Cause
Right.
people who are
Yeah.
housebound can be participants.
And it's amazing. Yeah, amazing. We get a lot of expatriates who, oh yeah, I remember that house. Oh yeah, I grew up next to it, or whatever, which is kind of fun.
Right. So we're the state's oldest preservation group. We were
Mhm.
founded in 1970.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
I wasn't even aware of that history.
Yep.
Excellent work. You guys do a great job. And once again, we're talking about the Friends of Wheeling Greenwood Cemetery Tour. It's going to be this Sunday, September 19th. First tour starts at 1 o'clock. The last tour starts at 4:30, and there are 2 different tours. Parking will be at Wheeling Park,
Right.
and they shuttle you over. And there are 14 different characters this year to learn about. And then just, come out and support a great cause. You guys do this, within the community but I'm assuming because you love it.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Or because Gene tells us to.
Right. Well,
It's okay.
And if you're looking for more information on it, you can check out their Facebook page. It's Friends of Wheeling.
Mm-hmm. All right, we should probably go to a break, and we thank you guys for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having
And
us.
thanks for everything you guys do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
See you, Jean.
Bye.
All right, thank you,
All
Jay.
right, I'm glad
Sure.
that phone situation got worked out.
Yeah, it did get worked out. I was.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. There are now 86 COVID-19 outbreaks in West Virginia schools and a handful of schools going fully remote. That according to Michelle Blatt, Assistant State Superintendent. She spoke before a Legislative Oversight Commission on Education Accountability at interim meetings in Charleston Tuesday. Other education leaders also took the podium there, including Cynthia Pursley, Senior Director for Health Sciences for the state's higher ed system. And Pursley says they're trying to educate the unvaccinated about the benefits of getting a shot.
Primarily by providing information, providing ready availability to vaccines for those who wish to be vaccinated. So having them on campus has proven to make a difference.
Elsewhere at the Capitol Tuesday, Republican senators expressing their displeasure over President Biden's recent broad COVID vaccine mandate. Biden recently mandating full vaccination of all federal employees and contractors and mandating all employers with more than 100 workers require coronavirus vaccinations or weekly testing. Senate President Craig Blair of Berkeley County says that's overreach by the feds.
Federal government has went way too far in putting these mandates out, and if it's not a mandate, then they're using federal dollars to coerce government entities and the healthcare industry. And now it's bleeding out into the private sector, private businesses.
The new requirements on employers would affect as many as 100 million people. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. There's a positive COVID case in the West Virginia State Senate. One member being diagnosed this week as lawmakers have met for their interim meetings. While not identifying the senator, Jackie Bland, the communications director, tells Metro News that senator had been vaccinated. Pandemic remains putting popular events in the state in limbo, including Bridge Day 2021. Its fate will be decided today as the Bridge Day Commission is hosting a meeting in Fayetteville to talk about a final decision on this year's celebration. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by the score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer.
According to reports, NBA players will not be mandated to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
The NBA and NBAPA continue to negotiate aspects of COVID-related protocols and procedures for the upcoming campaign, but the NBPA has refused to budge on its demand that players not be required to take the vaccine, and any proposal that mandates vaccination remains a non-starter. NBA referees and most NBA staff are mandated to be vaccinated. The NFL's kickoff weekend had its second highest TV rankings for week number 1 over the past 5 seasons. 16 games averaged 17.4 million viewers on television and digital properties. Download the Score app today, lightning fast sports alerts, so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by the Score on the Watchdog.
You're in a race against time, and the days aren't getting any longer. This fall, choose professionally powerful Echo outdoor power equipment to tackle the toughest cleanup jobs. Echo blowers, chainsaws, and string trimmers deliver industry-leading power to handle the tallest tasks in the shortest time, and time is running out. Visit echo-usa.com to learn more and find an Echo dealer near you. Echo, power on and on.
A new season is the perfect time to change up your look. And luckily, 21 Days of Beauty is happening now at Ulta Beauty. Snag daily beauty steals of 50% off the must-haves from brands like IT Cosmetics and Benefit. And discover new Gotta Have It launches from brands like Jaclyn Cosmetics and Tula. Experience the thrill of finding new faves during beauty's biggest event. But hurry, this event ends September 18th. Shop in-store, online, or try curbside pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey! Hey, buddy! Yeah! You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
You got it!
Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go. 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure. I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Hi, Toppy Kirchhoff inviting you to join me weekdays, 10 till noon for Statewide Talk Line. We talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. We talk with top political figures, sports personalities, and sometimes just us folks talking, all offering our opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Welcome back to Winging It with Sonia and Liv.
Lola, I love this song.
I thought it was appropriate for Water Wednesday.
Yes. This is
I thought it was Sweet Dreams.
I thought it was too. It's not? No. Sweet dreams are
Here comes the rain.
made of
Oh, I thought it was Annie
Oh, it
Lennox.
is? I did too,
It's
actually.
Annie
It
Lennox,
is her.
but I think
Oh.
it's Here Comes the Rain again.
Oh,
I love her voice.
yeah, me too. I always loved her look. I actually channeled her today.
There you
A
go.
little bit. She was kind of masculine. Yeah.
That's right. Well, we're back with our second half of the show, and we have Anne Marie from A Special Wish, Ohio Valley.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
we're excited for you to be here.
Oh, good.
And we're actually even more excited about your new location for your lip sync battle.
We're a little biased.
Just a smidge.
We are too. I mean, the Capitol Theater, besides just the history of the theater, we're very excited to be able to have it there this year, or just to be able to have it this year.
Yeah, true. Let's get back to the
Yeah.
basics. Just to have it.
Just to have it after having to cancel pretty much every fundraising event last year. You know, and not just us, any nonprofit had to do the same thing. And Lip Sync is our biggest fundraiser as an organization.
It's a big show.
No, I'm not going to lie.
It
I
is.
love the MTV show, and everyone thinks about LL Cool J and like how he licks his lips.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you're equivalent to that, having Travis the Terror Clark.
Yeah.
Is pretty right on.
Yeah. It's got that, like, bad boy, but
Yeah.
super nice heart.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. He does a
Exactly.
good job emceeing, and Tate this year is helping him out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they'll be quite a duo. I think
They
they'll
will.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's at the Capitol, so a lot more seats.
Much
a lot more
more
space,
seating, yes.
which is really important this year. What do you say?
It really is.
Yeah.
With the amount of seating available at the Capitol, if you want to social distance, you most certainly can do that. It's general admission seating, so you can sit anywhere you want, whether it's on the main floor, which holds almost 1,500. I think they told me it's 1,450 seats, which is a lot of seats. And the balcony holds 900.
Right.
So,
And I will say, there is no bad seat in the theater.
no,
There
there's
really
not.
isn't. No.
Not at all. My favorite seats are actually the last row in the far corners. I'm close to the restroom. I'm not getting up in front of anybody.
Yeah.
Right. And that's important.
And you have that extra space, too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Really
there's
nice.
it's a wonderful venue. It allows for a lot of opportunities, not only for us as an organization, but for our sponsors, as well as our contestants.
Yeah. And I'll have to say, when I heard about the lip sync challenge, because this will be the third year.
It will,
right?
yes.
So the first year, I didn't know too much about it, and then I remember watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like so much fun. And then when I was asked to be in it the second year, I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, this is a production.
It really is.
It's a production, and it is such a fun event, though. I mean, the energy in the crowd, the cause. I mean, alone,
Right.
just makes you want to just raise as much money as possible. And I think this year you guys have a really, because I believe the track or the casino used to hold up to 1,000, correct?
We were in the showroom. We were able to fit pretty close to 600, and
Oh,
that was
600?
even standing room.
Yeah, because
people standing.
and that was standing room only. I mean, I was
Yeah.
shocked when I walked through there and just saw packed house and lots of standers.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's a great show. So tell us about the show, because some people maybe not have never been there, maybe not understand exactly what Special Wish does, but also like lip sync challenge. Like, what is it?
Right. Well, I'll start first with who we are and what we do.
Yes.
So, a Special Wish Foundation is a local wish granting organization. So, we grant wishes to children from birth up to the age of 21 that have been diagnosed with a life threatening illness. So, we're a little different than other wish granting organizations. We do take children from birth, and our children do not have to be diagnosed as terminal, just as long as their medical specialist qualifies them as having a life-threatening illness. So given that, if a child is approved, we work with the family. I'm the executive director, but I have a wonderful board of directors that I work with. We work together deciding which wish to grant the child, and everything we do is local. So Lip Sync, for example, our biggest fundraiser, all the money raised stays local to help local children. And prior to becoming executive director, I was on the board of directors for 4 years. And I really had absolutely no idea how many sick kids we have in the area. It's scary.
It's sad, and
it's
sad
overwhelming.
It's sad that you can't help them all. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
But you guys, this is a big wish. Most wishes are what, 5,000 to 6,000, if I remember?
An average wish is 5,000 to 6,000. Obviously, our most asked for, most requested wish is Disney World.
Yes.
But then we've had some really, really different wishes that are just so much fun, and we do not turn a child down. If they are approved, we grant their wish. What we want to do is grant as many wishes as possible, and we never turn a family down if they have been approved.
Oh, good.
And one other thing, they could not have had a wish with any other wish granting organization.
Right.
They could not have taken a wish.
Okay. So that's kind of like the only,
Stipulation.
Right. That's the only stipulation by us.
Well, that makes sense, because there are so many children out there that would just love a wish, and why not give everybody the chance,
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for, is to grant wishes. and-
Absolutely. And a lot of people don't realize the cost of insurance. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Or even if you have insurance, the out-of-pocket costs,
Oh, no,
missing
absolutely.
work. I mean, these are all things that you don't think about, and actually we take for granted for having healthy children. That's
You're absolutely right. When
Yeah.
we visit with some of our wish kids, and being a parent myself, it's like, wow, I really take for granted sometimes the fact that my kids are healthy. And I always say they're healthy now.
right. It can
today they're
change.
healthy.
Yeah, it can change at any time. It's not something to be taken for granted.
With some of our kids, their illness is, they were born with it. But then we have others that were perfectly fine today, and then tomorrow they're not. And it's scary, but our wish kids are just wonderful. They're just, for everything they go through, they're just the happiest, and you never hear them say, "Why me?"
Yeah.
They just take it so well, probably better than we would as adults.
And they enjoy this night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were there, and it was nice to see so many children in the audience really just enjoying a really nice time. So I would say this is family friendly.
It is.
Yeah.
It always has been. When the idea came about a few years ago by our previous director, like I said, I was on the board then, and other members. She had this idea, and first you don't know what you're getting into, like anything.
Yeah.
You do something the first time. I always say that's the guinea pig year.
Yeah.
It went extremely well. We didn't know what to expect from the performances, and when we were at rehearsal that day, I'll never forget when they started. We were blown away.
Right.
But the amount of work is quite a production. They put so much work, and Olivia, you did it in 2018. The amount of work that our contestants put into their
And planning. And
Yes.
Volunteer
It's-
time,
it's a
their own
production.
money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we are so thankful as an organization because by having contestants such as yourself doing all of that work, you're helping us.
Yeah.
And we just appreciate you guys so much because that's a lot to put into.
And to be
into
honest,
an
like
event.
each year has represented the successes of the next year. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So you can
absolutely.
go on like this is great, and it actually puts a little bit of pressure on these new contestants.
You're kidding. You're not kidding. They have a lot to live up to.
I agree. And you know what? I'm a judge this year. And you
Yes.
know me, I've got my paper, pencil ready.
Right. That's right.
Because I know what it takes to go in there and to really nail it.
Yep.
And, obviously it's for charity, so I'm not going to be, that judge. But maybe.
You're not going to be a Simon Cowell.
Maybe. No, I'm joking. But, let's talk about the contestants this year. There's some that you they've known about it for, since 2019, I believe. Beginning
Probably
of 2020.
the very
yeah.
beginning of 2020 at the
Yeah,
latest.
Yes. Yes. And that came out from just people saying, hey, this person would be good. This would be great way to
Yes.
raise some money. So talk about them. Let's see.
We have some really great contestants, a lot of fun people this year. So we have Alicia Hardway, who's from Wheeling, and she is going up against, in the first battle, Stephanie Grinley, who's also here in Wheeling. She's an anchor on WTRF.
Yes.
Then for our second pairing, we have two St. Clairsville residents. We have Corey Delguzzo, who will be going against Wendy Anderson.
I know Wednesday. I think she's going to be fun.
She is, and what's fun about that is we are all in Rotary together. So they are Rotarians in the same Rotary, so it's been a lot of fun.
Some trash talk.
There
maybe?
has, and
Yeah.
Alicia Hardway's also in the same Rotary
Right,
with us,
she
so
is.
it's
Yes,
been
I know
fun.
Alicia well, she's going to be fun too.
Oh yes, and then Dean Connors.
I figured he wanted to be in it so bad in 2018. That's what he kept saying. Next year's my year.
Well, yep, his brother's been in it, his sister's been in it. He's
Yeah.
helped two other acts and the other.
Yep, he
lip
helped
sync.
Sean. Yep.
It is time for Dean to be front and center, and he said, "This is it."
I'm actually looking forward to that because I bet he's probably planned it for quite some time.
Yes, I think
He's a musician
right. He's had this in his head for a while,
Yeah.
and then he will be going against Natalie Brown. Natalie is also from St. Clairsville, and she has NPR translating in Bel Air.
Nice. I do not know Natalie, but I do remember that she gave a really great performance on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, and she won that year.
She won, yes. Yes.
So
there's some talented people
there are.
coming in.
They're putting a lot of work and thought into it. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I'm sure it's going to be great. And that's what, is nice about this event. It's always been based on the fact of having fun. Because like you said, we're all here for the same reason. It's to raise money, to grant wishes. Win or lose, it's just about having fun. Literally, everybody does get a trophy.
Yeah.
Because it's it's just for fun. However, the champion does get the belt.
Right.
And that's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice prize.
I'm so
I
bitter.
know. Yeah, I think there was some judges paid off for sure, Olivia. And we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, we'll keep it
because-
clean. We'll keep it clean.
Yeah,
We'll
right. But
keep it clean.
you did an amazing job.
I tell you what, it was one of the funnest nights of my life. And the one regret I do have is that I didn't bring my kids. And I didn't just because I knew I'd be preoccupied.
Sure.
And I just kept thinking, if I have them there, somebody else is going to be watching them. Or, you know what I mean? Like, and my 4-year-old at the time just turned 2. So
That's tough.
I mean,
You're
that
right.
was a tough age. So,
It sure is.
but I always think to myself, so if anybody is going to be a contestant this year and they're thinking, should I bring my family? Should I not? Bring your family, because it is a really fun event. And it's great to see not only the families of the wish, grantees or recipients, but it's just really great to see such a great perspective and, the positivity that's radiating from that room, even though you're celebrating something that sometimes isn't that positive.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
We're always excited when we get another wish child that we can grant another wish, but at the same time, that means there's another sick child.
Yeah.
COVID stopped so many things last year, but the one thing it did not stop was children getting sick.
Absolutely.
They continue to do that. We're just glad to be able to grant the wishes this year.
And you guys have a special judge every year that's one of your special children,
We
correct?
do, we
Yes,
do.
Well, I believe it's the Wish Kiddos, you guys call it?
Yes, and this year, our wish judge is Lydia Henry.
Nice.
And we're real excited to have her there. She's excited. She's awesome.
How old is she?
She's 15.
Awesome. We can talk.
Yes.
The little kid that was a judge when you were
Yes.
here,
Yeah.
he was actually hilarious.
Yeah, he was. Dominic.
Oh, Dominic.
Dominic, there you
yeah,
go.
he is. I mean, they all are, but
Yeah,
he had
really
a lot of
critiqued.
fun, and
I like that.
he did. He put so much thought
He
into
did.
what he had to say.
He had a lot of really great comments, but he also, you could tell that he was like, here's my opinion.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
One thing I would like to mention too is this year we're super lucky to have a presenting sponsor.
Oh, nice.
So the Ziegenfelder Company.
Oh, they're
And,
wonderful.
oh my goodness, when I met
Wonderful.
with them, yes, just such nice people.
Mm-hmm.
They're our presenting sponsor this year. And then we do have a lot of other sponsors that, if you don't mind, I would love to mention them. because
absolutely.
Please do.
We
That's
appreciate them.
That's the point, yes.
We have Visit Wheeling, West
whoop.
Virginia, Panhandle Restoration and Cleaning. We have iHeartMedia, Bordis and Bordis, NPR, Lion Industries, and our corporate partner that I have to mention because they have been our corporate partner for 5 years now, and that is Belmont Savings Bank.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They, they have done so much for us, and we just appreciate them and their commitment to the organization. And like I said, this is year 5, and I just can't thank them for enough, and my board feels the same way. And then we have our community partners. I'm sure you know Hoagie, Carmichael, Hoagie's
Absolutely.
Heroes.
Yep.
He's
great.
just, he is. He's amazing, and he's been around for so long helping a special wish. And then the Goodman Realty Group, Harvey Goodman Realtor.
Very nice.
They're
That's a good group of sponsors.
we do. We're
Yeah.
so fortunate. A couple other individuals have stepped up to be sponsors this year, such as Andy and Carrie McKenzie.
Awesome.
I'm sure you know, they're
Yeah.
fantastic, and Mike Rydell. Just, we have some really, really good people in our community, and community is the first one. Our community steps up. They're the first ones.
Yeah. I would
They
agree
really
with
are.
that.
Absolutely.
Did we talk about what day it was?
We did not.
Yes.
We need to do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
It's
Tell-
not far away.
No, it's right around the corner.
It
Go ahead and
is.
announce
It's-
it.
It's Saturday, October 2nd.
Where can they get tickets?
They can get tickets from any of the contestants that I just mentioned or online at capitaltheaterwheeling.com.
Perfect.
It's under events. So that's nice too.
It's general admission.
It's general admission seating. Again, so All the ticket prices are the same, and you can sit anywhere you want in the Capitol. And I hope to see everybody there. It's a fun night.
Oh, it's so much fun. Take my word of advice. It is a fun night, great entertainment, and I think Travis and Tate are both taking their shirts off. So.
Oh, now they are.
Yeah. You can throw extra dollars at that.
And
That's
I
right.
also want to mention real quick our DJ again this year, Ron Scott.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
the YWCA.
Yeah, he's great.
Yes,
he's great.
he is.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. All right,
Thank
everybody.
you.
We'll see you next Wednesday.